Okay, everyone knows Daniel Radcliffe, right? He is the boy who lived, the star of Harry Potter, the guy who beat Voldemort, the British treasure who seems like the nicest man on planet Earth. For years, fans have watched him grow up on screen, from that little kid with the lightning bolt scar to a serious stage actor and movie star. He has done everything from horror films to musicals to weird comedies. He seems like the kind of guy who spends his free time reading old books or drinking tea in a quiet library. But guess what? It turns out Daniel Radcliffe has a secret hobby. And it is not what anyone thought. Forget flying on broomsticks. Forget casting spells. On the set of his new TV show, Daniel Radcliffe turned out to be the ultimate gossip king. And we are not talking about polite British small talk. We are talking about full-blown, tell me every detail, I need to know the dirt gossip obsession. This is not just a little interest. This is a passion. This is a lifestyle. According to his co-star, Daniel Radcliffe does not just listen to gossip. He consumes it. He studies it. He goes home and researches it. Imagine the actor who played the most famous wizard in history sitting on his couch at night, scrolling through his phone, looking up the details of his co-star's dating life. That is real. That is happening. He is genuinely fascinated by the drama, the tea, the juicy behind-the-scenes stories that regular people love to hear. He wants to know who is dating who. He wants to know what went wrong on that date. He wants to see the photos. He wants to give his opinion. It is the most unexpected and adorable thing ever. Daniel Radcliffe, international movie star, is secretly just like the rest of us. He loves a good story. He loves a little drama. He just happens to be famous while doing it. This juicy story comes straight from his co-star, a super talented actress named Precious Way. She sat down with People magazine for an interview. And what she said about working with Radcliffe is just the cutest thing ever. The two of them star together in a brand new NBC comedy. It is called The Fall and Rise of Reggie Dinkins. This show is a huge deal because it brings Tracy Morgan back together with the creative team behind the classic comedy 30 Rock. For those who do not know, 30 Rock was one of the funniest shows on television. It starred Tina Fey and Alec Baldwin. It won 1 million awards. So the fact that Tracy Morgan is reuniting with those writers and producers is big news. People have been waiting for this. And now, adding Daniel Radcliffe to the mix? That is just genius casting. The show is about a football player who got in big trouble and is trying to fix his reputation. His name is Reggie Dinkins, played by Tracy Morgan. He decides to make a documentary about his life to show everyone he has changed. Daniel Radcliffe plays the fancy award-winning filmmaker who gets hired to shoot the documentary. Can you picture Daniel Radcliffe behind a camera, being all serious and artsy? It is going to be hilarious. Precious Way plays the new girlfriend of the football player. Her name is Brina. She is the one who has to deal with all the chaos of Reggie trying to get his life back together while cameras follow him everywhere. Sounds like a fun show, right? It premieres this Monday, February 23 on NBC. Mark your calendars, set your DVRs. This is going to be good. But the real drama, the really good stuff, happened off camera. That is where the magic really happened. Precious Way admitted that walking into that first meeting was scary, but not for normal reasons. She looked across the room and saw Harry Potter, just sitting there, being a normal person. She told People magazine, and this is a direct quote, "I definitely had my Harry Potter moment." She immediately called her manager and freaked out. She said, "Y'all didn't tell me I was going to be on a show with Harry Potter." Can you blame her? Imagine sitting down to read lines with the star of one of the biggest movie series of all time. Those movies are beloved by millions of people around the world. They defined a generation. And there he was, just a few feet away, ready to work with her. Talk about pressure. Talk about feeling like you might pass out. She probably had to pinch herself to make sure it was real. But here is where the story takes a super fun turn. Precious Way quickly figured out that Daniel Radcliffe is not a stuck-up, serious movie star at all. Not even close. In fact, he's the exact opposite. He is warm, he is funny, he is down to earth. And most importantly, he is nosy in the best way possible. She started telling him some personal stories. You know, some tea, as the kids call it. She just wanted to make conversation. She thought, oh, he's a famous actor. He's not going to care about my silly little dating stories. He probably has more important things to think about, like his next big movie role or his fancy awards. Oh wow, was she wrong? So wrong. She told People, I told Daniel some of my tea because I thought, oh, he doesn't care. Oh, I was wrong. He was so entertained. He ate it up. So basically, Daniel Radcliffe is a gossip monster. He lives for the details. He wants to know everything. He leans in. He asks questions. He wants the full story, from beginning to end. He is not just being polite. He is genuinely fascinated. It is like he has been waiting his whole life for someone to share some good tea with him. And once Precious Way started, there was no stopping him. But it gets even better. Precious Way thought she could share some secrets and that would be the end of it. She figured he would be too fancy and British to really care. You know how British people are supposed to be all proper and reserved? Not Daniel. No. The next day, he would come back to her and say, "You remember that thing you said?" I researched it. He researched the gossip. He went home and looked it up on the internet. He probably spent hours scrolling through social media, reading old posts, putting together the pieces of the puzzle. That is a whole new level of caring about tea. That is dedication. That is obsession in the best possible way. She joked that it totally backfired on her. She thought she could share a little story and move on. Instead, she created a monster. But now, she loves telling him stories more than anything. It has become their thing. And if you think that is funny, wait until you hear about his involvement in her dating life. This is where it gets really good. Precious Way revealed that Daniel Radcliffe takes a very active interest in who she is dating. He does not just want to hear the stories after they happen. He wants to be part of the process. She told the magazine that he would make her pull up photos of the guys she was seeing on her phone. Right there on set, between takes, he would scroll through her camera roll like a concerned older brother. And then, like a true best friend, he would look at the pictures and give his honest opinion. No holding back. No sugarcoating. Just pure, unfiltered honesty. This little story has just made everyone love Daniel Radcliffe even more, if that was even possible. He is funny, he is caring, and he is clearly a lot of fun to be around. The fall and rise of Reggie Dinkins sounds like it has some amazing chemistry between the cast members, and that usually means the show is going to be great. When the people working on a show genuinely like each other, it shows on screen. You can feel it. You can see it in the way they look at each other and deliver their lines. We cannot wait to see it. February 23 cannot get here soon enough. And that is going to do it for today's little dose of celebrity cuteness. What do you think about Daniel Radcliffe as an on-set gossip buddy? Would you let him look at your dating profile and give his opinion? We want to know. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps the channel more than you know. And if you want to keep up with all the latest Hollywood gossip, drama, and feel-good stories, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We will see you in the next one.